Yeah, y'all know what it is. Disconnect real quick. Um, about to set it off a little bit. Um, yeah, it's been a while since I've been live. Been a long time, but I'm going live now. So let's see. I'm gonna wait about a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna start my soliloquy of thoughts that I have for the fight this Saturday night with Devin Haney and Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko, and my thoughts on the John Morant situation, and how John Morant and Devin Haney are actually pretty similar. You know, so I want to talk about that as well. But yeah, things are going. Things are going. You know, as they should. Um, just doing me. You know what I'm saying? Just doing me. So it is what it is. So wait about another 30 seconds, and we'll get it popping. We'll get it going. So it's my first live in a long time. So I mean, listen, if nobody wants to come through live, y'all can watch the replay. Fine with me. You know, I'm not consistent enough for me to actually have people coming in anticipating for what I got to say. I have to be more consistent when it comes to that, so that's my fault. So, but yeah, anyway, fam, yeah, GMOG Sports TV. Um, you know, I just want to share a couple of thoughts about tonight's fight with Vasily Lomachenko versus Devin Haney for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Looking forward to that fight. I think more diehard fight fans are going to tune in than casual fans. Um, the weigh-in, people will talk about the weigh-in, where Devin Haney pushed Vasily Lomachenko during the weigh-in. That's the key. You see how smart that is on Devin Haney's side and Bill Haney? That was orchestrated. That was planned. And they wanted people to talk about the fight so people can tune in. Whether you like Devin Haney or not, that's not even the point. The point is he's got your attention. So he's got your attention, and he wants you to purchase the pay-per-view. And I think that was a brilliant strategy to do that, because like they really don't have no built-in animosity, to be honest. It was just basically, you know, at the time when Vasily was champion 4 years ago, um, Vasily basically overlooked Devin Haney. He overlooked him because he didn't have nothing to offer, as he said, nothing, no belts, no nothing. What, you know, Devin Haney was a young, upcoming fighter. He was only 20 years old. He was just fresh off the breast milk, probably drinking powder milk. You know what I'm saying? Look at Devin Haney 4 years ago and now. Devin Haney, even though he's very young, he looked like a child 4 years ago. He looked like a goddamn child. Now he's more experienced, more seasoned. He's got facial hair. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Pubic hair, pause. You know what I'm saying? He's got, you know, a bigger kahunas, pause. And he's got the straps to back it up. So he's got tangibles that Vasily wants to take advantage of. So that's why Vasily is now gonna fight Devin Haney, even though Devin Haney says he's been calling out Vasily for years. Well, you had nothing to offer. It makes sense, you know. We all know that boxing, well, not all. Some of us know that boxing is a business first before it's a sport. Is a business first. Take care of your business, and then we talk about other things regarding the fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So now here we are. We are here. You know what I'm saying? May 20th, 2023. They're gonna be fighting for the undisputed championship of the world between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. Um, I'm looking forward to the fight. What do I think about the fight? How do I see this fight playing out? Well, here's the thing. We've seen Vasily fight. We've seen Vasily take a L. So there's a blueprint on how to beat Lomachenko. We've seen it with Teofimo Lopez. We've seen what he did. So does Devin Haney have the attributes to do that? And my answer is yes. I think he has the attributes to do the same thing that Teofimo Lopez did. I think that Vasily has an advantage, of course, with experience, but with experience comes time. Time comes with age, and with age comes with gravity. So yes, I think Vasily, with his experience and everything else, I think he is actually on the decline, right? On the decline. You look at his last fight, right? And so, Vasily is still in his 30s, but really when it comes to boxing years is like dog years because especially these European fighters and these fighters that are outside of the wilderness of North America, that's all they do is that they breathe, eat, shit, fight. So they've been bred to fight since birth, basically. So with Vasily having over 300 amateur fights, only losing one, right? Becoming an undisputed champion in the division, right? So on and so forth. So many accolades in such a short period of time. I think the totality of all that is catching up with him. So therefore, I am edging Devin Haney to beat Vasily on points. Will I be surprised if Vasily actually wins the fight? No. Will I be surprised if Vasily dominates the fight? No. I would not be surprised. But I'm leaning towards Devin Haney based off youth, based off his physical attributes, and based off what I've seen recently between the two fighters. So I'm leaning towards Devin Haney to win. All right. So now let's address Ja Morant. All right. So Ja Morant, he's a special case. Because of the fact that Ja Morant came in a situation where he, compared to the average NBA player who comes into the league, he had an advantage. You know what that advantage was? A two-parent household. And so, a lot of the average NBA player, I should say. I don't know why my Siri went off. A lot of the average NBA player, I should say, they come from a single parent household. So when you have a guy like Ja Morant having both his mom and his dad in his life, raising him and his sibling, living in a middle class neighborhood, going to school, going to private school, right? Being sheltered, and all he was bred was to play basketball. Why are you trying to go up out the streets? Oh, I get it. That's something that you want to do. That's something that's in your subconscious. That's something that you were infatuated with. You was infatuated with thug, street, and gang culture. That's something that you fantasized about because all you knew was basketball. You were a basketball junkie, but you were infatuated with the street side. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have guys like that who grew up in a sheltered middle class environment and they glorify the street life, that's a fantasy. That's a false reality in their head. Guys who came from the hood, who came from impoverished conditions, right? Who came from economically deprived areas, for the most part, those guys don't want to go back. Those guys don't want to experience that. Those guys don't want to glorify that. my case included. I come from Compton. I come from poverty. You think I want to go back and talk and glorify gang life? I witnessed people getting shot and killed. I witnessed at 8 years old, I saw a drive-by in front of my freaking house where I saw blood splattering on the fence. You think that's something I want to keep, like, you know what I'm saying, reliving and talk about? I want to far remove myself from that shit as much as possible. Gun violence, gang violence, drug culture, all that shit. I don't want no parts of it. So when you have a guy like Morant who has not grown up around it but glorifies it, sees it in rap videos, the internet, sees it in movies, social media, he wants to glorify that because that's a false reality. That's a fantasy in his head, and that's something that's deep rooted. That's something that needs to be, you know, fixed through therapy, fixed through deep conversations with a mentor, you know, someone like an NBA vet. And that's another thing about that. We need NBA vets like Udonis Haslem in locker rooms. We need NBA vets like Kevin Garnett, right? Like Gilbert Arenas. You know, these guys that have been through it. We need guys like that. Pay these men to go in these NBA locker rooms and to be an NBA vet. They don't have to play anything. They just guide these rookies through the process on what to do and what not to do. And so it'll be much better if an NBA mentor was physically present in the Memphis Grizzlies locker room to give these rookies, to give these guys a blueprint of what to do and what not to do. And Morant still went out and did the bullshit. You could say, well, damn, Morant, you had an NBA vet who went through the same shit you went through, and you didn't listen. I would feel much better with that because at least you had a physical resource to tell you what to do and what not to do. He had no guidance. His father is more like his best friend, is more like his father, is living vicariously through his son, right? Because I'm pretty sure his father wanted to go make it to the league. He couldn't, so therefore, hey, let me train my son the best of my ability to take him to the league. Because since I couldn't make it, let me take my son. Let me train my son. That's what he did. Outside of that, he had no guidance. People are talking about his circle, his blaming his friends and all this other stuff, right? You know, to be honest, it starts within. It starts with yourself. It starts with yourself. So, you know, I blame Morant. I don't blame his friends. I don't blame his circle. I blame him. Morant for not listening, and for somebody that's 22, 23 years old that's making over $250 million, whatever the hell the number is, it's over $200 million. You know, that's more than enough money. But for someone to acquire wealth like that at such a young age, for the most part, those guys aren't really going to listen to just anybody. I would say when people say, hey, guys like that ain't going to listen to nobody, that's not true. They're going to listen to somebody like an NBA vet who's been through it. They will listen to them. But see, he had no presence like that at all in the Memphis Grizzlies locker room. He had no presence like that at all. So that was the biggest Achilles heel. But at the end of the day, like I said, I fault Morant. I fault him for what happened, for the transgressions. Because remember, you are playing under the thumb and the contract of the NBA. That's why the keyword contract. You are contractually obligated to represent the league how they see fit. That includes morality clauses, how you carry yourself, right? Everything, how you carry yourself, how you talk to the public. You are representing the league, the image of the league. So by putting guns on IG Live and social media, going to strip clubs, popping bottles, making it rain in strip clubs, that is a distasteful and in poor light of what the NBA represents, right? That's a morality issue that you signed to abide by the NBA, and you failed. So, you know, that's the thing, man. Like, even though these guys are making millions of dollars, guess what? They're still employees. They're still employees of the NBA. They're not bosses. they are just employees. Right? So, like I said, I blame John Morant, but also blame the powers that be for not having resources to help these rookies, to help these young players through the process of things, what to do and what not to do, right? So, anyway, those are my thoughts on that, family. Just wanted to make that comparison, man, and draw the line between those two, John Morant and Devin Haney. Leave your comments down below, family. Until next time, signing out.